Hi everyone, welcome to part 1 of Evaluating Expressions. Here is today's focused learning target. Given an expression with variables, I will be able to evaluate it by substituting given values for the variables. So first off, let's look at what expressions are. How are these different from equations? So an expression is a number, a variable, or a combination of numbers, variables, and operation symbols. So a number is anything like 2 or -8, whereas variables are letters like X or Y, and the operation symbols are like the plus and minus signs, as well as the multiplication and division signs. An equation is two expressions connected by an equal sign. So basically, if you see an equal sign, it's an equation, whereas if there's no equal sign, at least for this point in class, it's just straight up an expression. So examples of expressions would be like 8, a number, x, a variable, or a combination like 3y, or -2x plus 1. And we can also even have something like 4x minus 2y. These are all expressions. Let's also look at equation examples. So like 2x equals 8, x plus 5 equals 9, or maybe something like x plus 3 equals 2x minus 7. And we can also have something like 10 equals 5x minus 5. These are examples of equations, and these are the things you saw in the past few weeks when we were solving for x. But today we're focusing on evaluating expressions. So we use variables to represent any unknown values. It's sort of like a mystery box, and we're not exactly sure what's in that box. But what if we're given a value to replace or substitute this unknown value with? So what if we're giving this mystery box an actual number? That's the general idea when we're evaluating expressions. Our first example asks us to evaluate x plus 2 if x equals 8. So we have the expression x plus 2, and we're simply going to replace this x with 8. So we're substituting 8 to replace that x variable. And then 8 plus 2 equals 10. So when we evaluate the expression, the answer is simply 10. On Edpuzzle, please evaluate x plus 4 if x equals 3. For this next example, we have the expression x minus 1, and notice here x equals 9. So I'm simply going to replace the x with a 9, so I have 9 minus 1, which equals 8. So again, we evaluated the expression x minus 1 when x equals 9 and got the answer 8. Please evaluate x minus 7 if x is equal to 10. In this example, we're going to evaluate 4x if x equals 3. Remember, 4x is just another way of writing 4 times x, so we're multiplying. And since x equals 3, we're replacing the x with 3. And so 4 times 3 equals 12. Our answer here is 12. Please evaluate 3x if x equals 7. Next, what is x over 2 if x equals 6? So x over 2 is the same thing as x divided by 2. And notice here our x equals 6. So I'm replacing the x with a 6. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. So our answer here is 3. On Edpuzzle, please evaluate x over 10 if x equals 50. In this next example, we're going to take it one step further. So we're going to evaluate 3x plus 7 if x equals 4. So we have 3x plus 7, which is the same thing as 3 times x plus 7. Here we have x equal to 4, so we're going to replace the x, and we have 3 times 4 plus 7. Here you want to do multiplication first because of PEMDAS. And if you're not familiar with PEMDAS yet, that's okay, we'll eventually go over that as well. So 3 times 4 is 12 plus 7, and 12 plus 7 is 19. So our answer here is 19. Next, please evaluate 2x plus 5 if x equals 3. Next, we're going to evaluate the expression 4x minus 6 if x equals 8. So we have 4x minus 6, which is the same thing as 4 times x minus 6. Here, x equals 8. So we have 4 times 8 minus 6. Again, we're going to do the multiplication first. 4 times 8 is 32, and 32 minus 6 is 26. So just take it step by step, and we get the answer 26. This is your last example for the day. Please evaluate 7x minus 2 if x equals 4. So today you learned that you can evaluate expressions containing variables by replacing the variable with the given value. Great work, and be sure to submit your notes onto Canvas.